farmers, ladies and gentlemen, Abulabinaka to you all. I want to, first of all, thank you all for coming here today, taking out your time for this very important project that has been long overdue. Ladies and gentlemen, this project is one of the many projects that the Ministry of Waterways is undertaking to mitigate the effect of climate change. Throughout Fiji, we now see areas which was never a threat, waterways which was never a threat to communities living alongside those waterways are now a threat. Often we have talked about bigger rivers like Nandi River, the Ba River, the Sibi River in Tabua, Macuata River and Rekireki, River in Navua River, Labasa River, Gawa River. But there are a number of other waterways, tributaries, creeks and rivers, which are now filled up with silt material, reducing the discharge capacity. There are three effects which is causing overspilling of our waterways, threatening our infrastructure, threatening our farmlands, threatening communities who are dwelling beside our waterways. One is that because of the silt material, the original discharge capacity is reduced. Every waterway has a discharge capacity. And some 50, 60 years ago, these waterways were serving its purpose by discharging the excess runoff water into the sea. But over time, due to build-up of silt, the discharge capacity is reduced. And therefore, water is spilling over and affecting the livelihood, the activity of our communities, and also threatening the infrastructure. The second factor that is causing spillway is that now the volume of water that we are getting from rainfall is much, much higher than the initial volume of rainwater. And therefore, the existing waterways discharge capacity is not ready to handle this new volume of water. And therefore, the water spills over and threatens our infrastructure, farmland, houses. The third factor is that because of excessive commercial activities, agriculture, industrial, construction of building, etc., there is more runoff water now than 5-6 decades ago, which eventually ends up in the waterways. So assume even if the rainfall was same level of rainfall, we have more runoff water now because of the removal of vegetation, construction of houses, concrete pavements, etc., where we don't have much infiltration. So the same waterway is now taking more runoff water than the runoff water that was being taken by these waterways before. These three factors are causing enormous problem downstream. The problems caused upstream are now threatening the communities, our infrastructure downstream. Schools are being threatened for being eroded away. There are schools that has been relocated, schools which have been reinforced. Bridges have been threatened. There are bridges which have been washed away. Houses have been washed away. And quality farmland has been lost due to scouring of the riverbank. And progressively, bit by bit, we are addressing this issue and protecting our communities. Today, we are here in Korotari, where quality farmland has been lost. Hundreds of acres of arable land has been lost, washed away due to flooding. People people's lives have been lost in this area. Infrastructure has been lost. And we need to now hold this calamity. We need to protect our communities, protect our farmland. I think today, those farmers who are here are very excited about this. With 2 kilometers of river De-Silting, removing of about 10,000 cubic meters of silt material, we will be protecting 500 households who are engaged in agriculture sector. We will be protecting agriculture. Korotari, along with the other area on the other side, is known. What's the name of the business starting from D, that vegetable area on the other side? Breketi Lailai. Korotari is known for supplying fresh vegetables, horticultural crops to Labasa market and feeding the entire Vanuatu population. We need to ring-fence them, these farmers. Korotari is known to have good farmers, highly productive farmers, and we cannot reduce their productivity. We need to protect this good arable land. And I want to thank the Managing Director of Khan's Higher Services for coming forward to partner with us. I really appreciate this public-private partnership model that Mr. Khan is willing to participate in. And today we are commissioning the de-silting of the Korotari River that will benefit a large number of households, particularly 500 households. In doing so, we will be protecting the food security of households in Vanuatu. We will be building confidence in people who are living in Vanuatu. I want to thank the members of the Vanua for their support. I want to thank the community for their perseverance and patience. And here we are. I want to also thank Ministry of Lands for approving the license. And of course, I want to thank Madam Director for approving the EMP, which provides the guideline for extraction of the material so that we don't damage the riverbanks. So ladies and gentlemen, with these words, it's my pleasure to commission the de-silting of Korotari River, which has been long overdue, and we look forward to continued partnership with Mr. Khan and his company in cleaning up other waterways. There are other waterways that need to be cleared. Of course, some may not be as lucrative as Korotari. We'll have a talanwa on that. Some may have a lot of silt material, but there's demand for silt as well, apart from gravel. So we'll have a talanwa with him on that. So members of Vanua, we'll go down and do the commissioning. Thank you. Back.